And welcome back to GSA's 70-star tournament. I am Electric here with my co-commentator Badronis. We've got a live match for you this time of Xein versus Sigotu. But before we get into this race, one quick shout out to Vi.gg, this tournament sponsor. You can bet on this and any other race of our 3 tournaments, SM64, Super Metroid, and Super Mario Odyssey, on their site, Vi.gg. Plus, they have a special promo for GSA members. Go check them out. And as always, thanks to Vi for sponsoring these 3 tournaments before the end of this year. Now, Badro, we've got 2 pretty great, solid players up here. What do you think we're about to see out of this match?
I think we're going to see Sigotu go for a bunch of nutty strats. Xein probably be a little bit more consistent. I actually would favor Sigotu a little bit, but I can't even say with much certainty who's going to win this. This is also the decider match for Group F, which means the winner goes through and the loser will not.
Exactly right. And, you know, with these decider matches, that stress has got to be going in on these runners. And I can already hear in the background of your mic the speed police revving up their engines. So we're going to see if, they decide to pull these guys over for a little bit, starting off with that Lakitu skip at the very beginning.
Yeah, let's get some clocks in chat for this one. I think, it's so hard to really try to pick one over the other. I actually don't know what time Sigotu's gotten in this tournament. I think he had a good one run. I think he had one good and one bad. So I don't know, maybe it'll be somewhere in the middle. I think for Xein to win, it needs to be on his better run and Sigotu's worst run. But I give him at least a 30% chance.
Right, and I mean, in races, consistency is truly the name of the game. So, it's really anybody's race. Like you said, Sigotu, not quite the most consistent player, but definitely has some better strats under his belt. So it really just depends on whether he's able to land those and get on the good side of his consistency. So we've got these guys about to launch off.
Yep. Xein also on N64 Sigotu, the OG keyboard warrior. His return to GSA has been pretty fire. I love watching him do nonstop and all those other things. Xein was also in the nonstop tournament, but Sigotu is especially at the very top of that category as well.
And I think it's kind of funny how we have this race right after the race with Shans and Kopitz, considering
Exactly.
Shan's also a keyboard player. Maybe Shan's actually taking some inspiration from Sigotu, so we'll see the Big Daddy, the source of all of that, in just a bit. So going through this intro, nice and synced up.
Sigotu says he accidentally spilled some tea on his keyboard. I hope that's not going to be a problem. Maybe we should restart. We'll see. I think he just wants to keep playing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that may have just been there was a little bit of a delay pre-stream, and that may have been the cause of that, him having to clean that out.
Yeah, maybe. Seems likely, actually.
All right, they're exiting the pipe, and here is the first speed police checkpoint. Can they get through Lakitu skip?
Yep. Okay.
Xein with that ledge grab, missing
Xein
Lakitu
getting
skip.
stopped. Police gonna roll down the window, hand him a ticket. Xein
Maybe do a little bit of an inspection. They want to make sure he doesn't have too much junk in that trunk, while Sigotu speeding right on through into BOB for his bomb clip.
Yeah.
So already Sigotu with that solid 8-9 second lead. I mean, that Lakitu skip is definitely, it's not a decider at all in most cases, but it's something that can give one player a pretty early edge.
Yeah, it was I think it was Thero who said that people who miss Lakitu skip have gone on to win the race maybe more often than not, which is really weird. Maybe it puts them in a mental state where they're okay, they've shaken off all the nerves, it's just a small mistake, and then they just kind of cruise from there, but who knows. I'd like to see if there's actually some data on that.
Would be interesting to see. Now, both of our guys getting a clean bomb clip, and already with a bit of a route difference, Sigotu going ahead into the secret slide, but wasting that about third of a second that saves by bonking right. Well, not quite a bonk, but just not quite hitting that painting. And that's a pretty weird geometry for that painting. Now, I'm thinking based on this performance, I'm thinking a 12-8. What do you think?
Oh, 12-6. Okay. That was fire from Sigotu. If I had to guess, I probably would have guessed like 12-8 as well. So really put on the fast boy tire.
Exactly right. Now, Xein, going for his cannonless, gets it very nicely. So already he's got one of the two most difficult parts of Womps out of the way, while Sigotu is just now joining him in Womps. So let's see how the rest of this stage goes for both of these guys.
Yeah, not
Thinking
often start
Xein.
with. Honestly, this is really weird. He's going for half cycle 100 coin. Usually people would go for Canless and Alice as a pair before 100 coin if they don't want to start with 100. But Xein doing it right in the middle. So he looks pretty good right now. Half cycle was pretty forgiving. Speed kick onto the switch. What was that? That's hilarious. I've never seen anyone do that.
Sigotu having a bit of an issue with that side flip, going ahead and grabbing that star instead, shooting to the wild blue. I think that was actually unintentional. Because it's pretty difficult to get right into the correct position where you can jump up and land on top of the upper ledge rather than just hitting that upper ledge.
I think he went for Cannonless and missed it, or something like that. I don't think he went for 100 coin and then got wild blue. Yeah. Xein, meanwhile, in this 100 coin. Okay, yeah, Sigotu was going for Cannonless. Oh, what? He just ran off the plank. Okay, I don't know what his first mistake was in Cannonless. I guess he just didn't get the star. Yeah, okay. This is not looking great. That keyboard is really not helping him grab the ledge that he wants. Okay, trying to plank push, so that'll work. But yeah, Cannonless, pretty awkward.
It definitely took him a lot longer, and Xein going with that consistent setup as well, but working for him right on the first try. I think Xein, even though he missed that Lakitu skip, he's already kind of pulling on an early lead. He's also got that 100 coin under his belt, which went really smoothly for him, and Sigotu still has to match that. Now let's see how he handles Owless, doing an extra little kick for repositioning, and it's good.
Yeah. He missed a quick turn, but that's only like a second, if that.
And I mean, it's definitely better than missing Owless, that's for sure.
Yeah. Missing Owless, Canless, Lakitu skip, bomb clip is all like 8 to 10 second range.
And that's time that you definitely don't want to give up this early on. So Sigotu going ahead and firing off into a full cycle attempt. Let's see if he's got the speed for it. Looks like a pretty good start to this.
Okay, good side flip. He's missed 1 coin, but not a problem. You can miss 2 on the route. Okay, big boy jump. Now he cannot miss another one.
Yep, and that is pretty difficult. You got some precise maneuvering here, and you also have to rely a little bit on the coins just deciding to be nice to you. Going for that crescent moon shape, and...
Yep. We missed that. He's got to get the box now. I don't know if he realizes or not. Yeah, probably
Possibly
realizes. It looks like maybe he's just going to run forward into the box before going down to get the... Nope. Okay, he's going to get the circled in the box. So,
go ahead.
Yeah, not too bad for 100 coin. You can see people fall down, lose a ton of time.
Yeah, and the fact that he got the full cycle, definitely a nice little time save over Xein, but I think a lot of that probably got defeated by just having to grab the box. Luckily, even though the RNG was bad, one of the coins decided to go into his path, and he went ahead and used that to clutch it out. But, Xein definitely commanding a pretty solid lead, opting actually to save the Owless for... Oh, he's not going for Owless. That's interesting.
Well, Xein with that stored speed. Okay, he has a stored angle now, which means that when he lets go of the owl, he will fly the opposite direction that he jumped into him with. So he might just try to ground pound directly over the star, or he'll have to transition a bit more the side. Yep, okay. He was fine.
Yep, and I mean, we've seen... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying, like, if you're not aware of that, you could just fall in with the cage.
Exactly. I mean, this game has a pretty fair amount of those little technicalities that you have to keep in mind in order to play at a high level. Now, I really don't blame Xein for that decision. I mean, that's probably going to put him slightly ahead of Sigotu, even though an Owless would have definitely secured a lead. Going for that safe strat, if you're not very comfortable with Owless and you feel like it's going to take you a number of attempts, Sigotu not quite getting up on top of the fortress.
He's going for the glitchy wall kick here. Sigotu, what a madman. It's not paying off for him at all. Yeah, he just missed the ordinary wall. Okay. Sigotu really wants this glitchy wall kick. He's fallen again!
Sigotu, It looks like he's gonna go for it again. What is
I think
up with?
Sigotu is just
Okay,
is a very stubborn person. He did this in one of his the bullet bill right in his path as well. You can't catch a break.
yep, that
Kicking
bullet
on
bill
the
blasting off
elevator.
like Team Rocket. I mean, it's all going downhill at the very end of this Womps. I mean, and that fortress, the top of the fortress star should be a relatively easy one. Now, Xein on his second slide, with the good luck that Zion's had so far, I'm thinking a 12-9, just because that dismount looked a little slow. Ooh, 13-1. Not bad at all, though. Not bad at all.
Yep.
Ooh,
Lost about
ground
half
pounding a
second
fair
to
bit late.
see if Sigotu can pull off another 12, maybe even a 12-6 or 12-7.
Definitely on
That's a
good pace
bound. That's
for
a good
12.
bound. 12-6 again.
12-6. Double 12-6. That is impressive.
Honestly, I
Now-
think if you were Cheese and you had like perfect analog control, you could 12. Oh, Xein missed a pair of reds.
Yep, he's not going to be able to miss any more if he wants a decent time on this wing cap stage. And depending on how exactly Sigotu manages to tackle the beginning of this, that could spell the end of Zion's first lead.
Yeah,
So
you can
let's
see how
see.
safe Xein was playing that. He wasn't even going for any arcs to build speed. He was just flying straight ahead into the coins.
And Sigotu grabbing the twins handily, nice flying, attempting to go for some
Xein.
speedy arcs.
He did not land in the star. Had to eat all the airtime and the text box. Probably lost about 8 seconds over a wing cap, like a really good wing cap. Sigotu with a clean rollout shows Xein how it's done. He's actually brought back a lot of the lead from like falling twice to attempting a stupid glitchy wall kick. Kind of crazy.
Exactly right. I mean, he is definitely nipping at Zion's heels at the moment. Xein just entering Dark World as he's entering that star door. Maybe half a second between the end of Zion's entrance animation and Sigotu's starting of the star animation. So this Dark World can definitely spell the end of Zion's lead. I mean, we're already seeing a high reduction. Ooh, having to wait a little bit on that small platform. That's going to cost him a bit of time, potentially a cycle. Having to wait again. The elevator's not exactly where he wants him. And he's, excuse me, not quite comfortable with the cycle strats. Ooh, getting zapped by the zapper. They're about neck and neck now.
Yep. Okay, it's going to be a normal cycle for Xein here. Poverty. Okay, not even normal cycle at this point. It's too late. He's going to have to wait for the late cycle to come around. Kicks to stall himself a bit in the air. It's a bit like risky, but Sigotu also saving time with Shig. So, or was that Shig? I believe that was Shig from Sigotu. Xein also bonking on the double firsties. Sigotu getting the double firsties, putting him in the lead after Dark World.
Yep, that is rough. I mean, that's not something that you want. I mean, granted, it's good that he didn't take a death or take like a tremendous
Real
fall.
quick, hold the phone. I want to see if Sigotu goes for this tail grab. Oh, no. Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
But, I mean, Xein definitely having a rough Dark World. You know, he picked up a fair bit of momentum in Womps, but it seems like he's started to lose a little bit of that while Sigotu, you know, maybe Sigotu's siphoning it off of him. Commentators, you know, putting forth conspiracy theories about transfer of energy.
Yeah, I guess. What I was going to say is that Sigotu recently put in a clip of him grabbing the Dark World Bowser tail by jumping over him, then side flipping into the tail. It's a very like difficult thing. Like if you watch like the 70-star tasks, or I guess any task, it would do that where you actually go over Bowser rather than around him. But I didn't know it was like humanly possible. So I was thinking like Sigotu being like the nut who will just go for like OG canless and glitchy wall kicks until he gets it, or if it was it like 5 times in a row, he could have actually tried it, but playing it safe.
Yep, and I mean, seeing the other strats that he was trying for, you know, like the double attempt at that glitchy wall kick, it's a bit surprising that he didn't go for that strat, because failing it wouldn't have lost that much time in Dark World. Nice sky jump from both of our guys.
Yeah. I believe that Sigotu like attempted OG like 4 different times in one of his other races. I forget if it was for 70 or something else, but yeah, it really cost him a lot. Also, I wanted to say for Sigotu's sky jump, the way he slid down the hill was really precarious. Like the way you hit the cannon that you triple jump off of, like he had to hit it in a very certain way, otherwise his jump would have gotten eaten and failed it.
Yep, and I mean, you know, I think I was actually on that race that Sigotu just kept going for OG, and it was at a point you just had to, take your cut your losses. Xein having to go for the beginner strat on wall kicks will work, not even attempting the advance and just not quite grabbing that star. The ice physics can be pretty unforgiving on Mario's walking, so not really a surprise that it took him a little bit of time to reorient himself. Meanwhile, Sigotu actually opting to start with the penguin here rather than going with wall kicks will work first. Maybe trying to get a little bit of a confidence boost before going for this more advanced strat. We'll have to see.
Oh,
ooh, and missing the platform. Gonna have to wall kick his way back up.
Pretty clean backup.
Absolutely.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, that's about as clean as you could expect after missing it that way.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it was definitely some really snappy wall kicks there to get back up. One thing it could be is like the text. If he just really doesn't like dealing with the text box, then you might just want to do something like that. Because like, since you want to do like a quick rollout to begin wall kicks will work, maybe he just doesn't like having to press the buttons in that kind of order. Who knows? It could just be preference. Both of them getting subsiding away. Sigotu looks like he was trying to attempt the moonwalk, didn't really get it. Did like the normal way. Xein also being pretty safe.
Yeah, both of these guys about as talented at the moonwalk as your average bars Michael Jackson impersonator.
Good one. I actually made me laugh a bit, but I just didn't know like what to like respond to that with. Like, I don't know.
Just like the crowd for that Michael Jackson impersonator, having no idea whether to laugh or cry.
Yeah, they're just standing there in awkward silence. Sigotu going for his 100 coin CCM 18, grabbing the 1 red. We'll see Xein probably go for the safety red the way he's been playing this race so far. Like, I think he's got Sigotu's number in a little.
Ooh, double safety reds from Xein, actually.
He needed the first one because it's with the penguin instead of just on its own. But
right.
I think like the way Xein's been playing, he's definitely been favoring the consistent strats, like the beginner wall kicks will work, taking the owl, getting the safety red. Maybe he's actually counting on Sigotu, being very stubborn, trying to get some of these crazy strats to work out and losing a ton of time. So Xein really playing kind of like the Super Viper game plan here.
Yep, and so
Xein missed like a ton of coins. Okay, he's good. He's good.
Yep. Not going to be able to miss anymore, but that's okay. This last arc is pretty easy to get. Yep, he's definitely in good shape here. And it's kind of interesting how the last run we both commentated, both runners going for CCM 17, this time both opting for 18. So I think that's really the major route difference that we could see. I doubt that we're going to see an HMC early from either of these guys. Definitely wouldn't make much sense.
Mm-hmm.
And also, the only real route difference would be if they decided to throw in SL Reds or THI Reds in order to replace TTC 100, which has been a fairly popular choice among some runners.
Yeah, I think like Lunar Jump notably, but I wouldn't expect any of them to imp on TTC 100.
Yeah, personally, I don't really like doing Stomp on the Thwomp by itself. It feels like a tad of a waste since a lot of the movement is very similar to the 100, albeit without having to do the coin gathering. So why not just go ahead and get those 2 stars for the price of 1, basically?
Exactly. Go to here in BBH, getting a nice fence skip at the beginning. A little bit of lead over
just
Xein.
Like his buddy Shan's having trouble with those wall kicks, and the book
did he
him,
bop the book to get the ledge grab? I don't believe it.
He did. Oh my god! Totally unintended advanced strats here. It seems,
dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have not seen that before. That has never happened before in a good way.
You could watch this run like 1,000 times and still see new things. Like I just don't understand what's happening. I guess it's like the way that races happen. Like when people make mistakes, they're forced to play through them, and that's where you see like things diverge from the norm in a lot of ways. Just to go to having a bit of fortune.
Yep, and I mean that's exactly right. No 2 runs are the same, and no 2 races are really the same, and that's what keeps this game so entertaining. Even though the routes are the same, the stars are all the same. There's a lot that goes on and a lot that can go wrong and will go wrong. And especially in a race environment, what you're really watching for is how those players compensate for those inevitable mistakes. Like Xein here, having to do that wall kick back up to the balcony, that's a pretty great backup.
Yeah. It just is, I don't know, like I don't really blame him for having that mistake, but like You see people do it very flawlessly most times, but if you just are too delayed on your kick, then your double jump will get eaten by the fence. So that's just what happened there. Sigotu gonna get Mips, not going for the punch grab. I think he was kind of in a bad position for it anyway. Probably wouldn't have gotten it.
Still a nice and handy grab though, and that's really what matters. Xein, let's see how he ends up going at this. And
Looks clean. Yep.
Also a dive, no punch grab, no real swag from both these guys. Sigotu going in on his pillarless, not liking that bomb, gonna go ahead and take the top of the pyramid back up. Now, honestly, if I were him in that circumstance, it happened quickly enough. I think I would have gone for the Talon backup, which he is going for. Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought you could.
It's the fly guy. That's kind of reduces any time save you could get from that. It's kind of an agonizing descent there. He's like, all right, there's really no way I can get down. Unless, you know what he probably could have done is like flown back into the pyramid to slide down from it, but then you could have the other way or maybe fell in the quicksand. So, like, there wasn't really a great option.
Yep, but on Xein's side, you know, perfectly clean pillarless first time. Sigotu not able to make the bomb work this time.
He was trying to get the Tomoples as well. Ooh, what is that backup? That was fancy.
Yep.
Like,
now, I do have to say, for some reason, I thought that if you threw away the bomb like that, you could still hit Talon the way Xein's doing it here with the default strat. Is Talon out of your range normally?
I think you could barely make it. You'd have to have a good long jump, be neutral for a long time, and hold A. I think you'd still make it. But like the Talon, as it flies, it's not a matter of being like high enough. It's like, can you actually fly that far around the pyramid?
Oh, and Sigotu on this pillarless attempt taking a death. Wow.
Ooh.
Commentators a tad busy discussing Talon.
Xein is already in the lead again. Like, Sigotu is still trying to get pillarless. This is like his 4th attempt. He's trying the Tomoples as well to get that super.
He's taking another death.
Failing to double jump over the ridge in the quicksand. I don't know, like, at this point, you know, do you move on? Do you just keep trying it at this point? You know, he knows how to do it for sure.
Oh, not liking that bomb. Gonna have to just respawn it. Or is he going?
This is huge. Meanwhile, Xein pulling off lava boost.
Very nice. And that nice clean ascent to the top. Ooh, what is Sigotu doing?
He's riding the shell to touch the pillars. He's not doing pillarless anymore. He just gave up on it.
See, when he went for the shell, I was thinking, oh, he'll just do pillarless with the shell. Commentator completely forgetting how the game works.
I mean, that'd be kind of cool if he just jumped off the shell, but like grabbed it, like, you know, kind of like people would jump off a skateboard, you know, take the shell and then like use it to clip through the pyramid.
That would be sick. If only. If only.
Yeah. Okay, Xein getting the elevator. He's actually like being very safe with his movement. You see him not going for that rollout that killed both Shans and Kopitz in our last race. Xein going all the way to the top of the pole.
I think it was still pretty speedy though. You know, going to that top of the pole, able to take the dive there rather than Kopitz attempting that kick strat that looked like just the lateral movement was a bit slower when he was attempting that. So Sigotu finally able to move on to Lethal Lava Land, but with a substantial time loss. And Xein, okay, fortunately not getting bully glitch. I'm not sure if it's possible with that big one. I believe it is. If you and the bully hit the lava at the same time, the bully actually does not die for some reason. Sigotu with a clean lava boost. And if that happens, obviously you can't spawn the star. You just have to go for a backup. We've seen it in a race before in this exact tournament. So
really?
Let's hope Xein doesn't. Yep, it was with the triple bullies, but I forget which runner it was that got it. He sent all 3, or I think he sent 2 of them into the lava, and the 3rd one pushed him in as well. And he just happened to hit the lava at the same time as one of the previous 2. So
I think I actually saw the clip. I just don't know who it was actually. But yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, Xein with decent manip though, almost getting a bit bullied by that 3rd guy, but able to talk him down from the ledge and getting that triple bully star. Xein with really good execution throughout this entire Lethal Lava Land.
Yeah, you can see his game plan really doing well because, you know, Sigotu's done all these crazy things, like Tomoples, missed it. You know, glitchy wall kick, missed it. And just the way that Zion's been playing has put him in a really good position to have lead kind of midway through the run. And yeah, Sigotu still got to make up time.
Yep, and I mean, early on in a race like this, and especially with, it's a decently sized lead, a full star in Lethal Lava Lamb, but not insurmountable. There is a lot coming up that can happen. They can easily go ahead and throw Xein off of that Bronco.
Oh yeah, this is still one of the closer races we've had recently.
Yeah, I mean, with no huge mistakes going in, really the biggest mistake we've seen is Sigotu and Pillarless. And honestly, the biggest mistakes we've seen have both come from Sigotu. That double miss on Cannonless, this multiple miss on Pillarless. But I think we're kind of seeing he does have that slight speed advantage in the just wild strats he's using. If he were just a bit more consistent on his really, really difficult tricks, he'd probably have a substantial lead by now.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think, like, I don't know if there's a good term for this. I like to call it, like, passive time gain. Like, if you both play at about the same threshold of your potential without, like, making mistakes relative to each other, like, Sigotu would actually be gaining time over Xein little by little. And with Xein doing save strats, Sigotu can definitely save, like, many seconds. Like, probably, like, per split, there's, like, a few seconds to save, even if Xein does it perfectly. Sigotu still doing pretty well in Lethal Lava Land. Like, he had a couple like accidental burns and stuff, but like, probably he's par for par with Xein.
Yep, no deaths, nothing happening on his lava boost or on his elevator. So Xein going ahead and finishing out the chests here. Nice small optimization there, swimming towards where the star will spawn, despite, there's a little bit of a delay on that last chest. The chest has to finish its opening animation before the star actually spawns.
Yeah, it actually takes quite a while. You see people, like, I think if you see someone get, like, a perfectly optimal turn, they're, like, one swim away from the star when it spawns. Kind of crazy. Sigotu here, going for his chests. Swimming, another one of those things where not having the analog control means you can't do it as optimally. You're just gonna, do the best you can.
Yeah, I'd love to have a finger cam during this because he's just got to be tapping away at those arrow keys at the moment.
Yeah, it's probably, like, not that hard to swim, but, like, if you're talking about swimming perfectly, then you can't really do it on keyboard. So I'm going for the sub.
Yeah, that rear sub going really well for him. And you do have to consider missing the star, though, going to have to do a little bit of a loop back for it. Can't even get the ground pound. But when you think about 70 star, there's only this one water level. So already you're not getting as much practice with swimming as you would in other levels. So things like swimming and flying that aren't prominently featured in this game definitely have a bit of a disadvantage on already. Plus, they're definitely very angle dependent. Very much so requires a lot of movement between the notches. So props to Sigotu for pulling it off as cleanly as he is. Now, playing on MU doesn't have a real reason to, go for that front sub. He's going for the rear instead. Looked for a second there like he may have been attempting side sub, but no dice on that. Let's see if he gets a clean star grab, and it's good. So I think Xein's got give or take a minute on him right now. We'll see how this Fire Sea goes, though, because as we've seen many times before, this can be a huge difference maker.
It's not quite a minute. It's like 35 seconds. So Fire Sea could be like half that difference. Like if Xein, okay, Xein's, I mean, at least his lava boost is dead. Early cycle is probably possible still. Brushing up against the fence though, that's gonna put him to a stop. Having to go well below the speed limit for this course. Xein
early cycle in its twilight zone at the moment. Call early cycles friends and family. It's gonna be a rough
good way to put it. I don't think it's gonna happen anymore. Like maybe barely. Probably not. See if Xein can pull it off, though.
Would definitely be, not going to happen. Not a chance. Having to wait for that cycle. Sigotu already with a better start. So let's see. Sigotu coming in.
Start here. Oh, he missed the strat. Sigotu does like a really awesome Fire Sea strat here, which is, pretty unique to him. I think somebody told me Siglemic used to do it like a long time ago. But basically, you just fall back through the hole where the hole comes out of, and that can save a bit of time, make lava boost like really early. But Sigotu not getting early cycle either.
Ooh, getting a little bit caught up on the road there. That is a shame. He definitely could have capitalized on that mistake from Xein, but instead having to take a little breather, gaze out over that glorious pixelated sunset.
Yep.
Now,
Xein's still enjoying
Xein,
about a 30-second lead.
yep, now,
Oof,
ooh, and even getting
damn.
zapped by the zapper, but avoiding the burn there. Changing
Ooh,
camera
this is a good
angles.
ending.
Yep,
Good.
that's going to save a little bit of time. Xein having to take that double burn, and Xein also missing his first throw, having to do a short throw. At least he did not throw Bowser off the edge.
Yeah, for sure. It's a huge difference. So to rolling out on top of the box, not faster, but stylish.
Okay, that was pretty cool. So GoTo started his entry animation where the star closes in on the screen at the same exact time that Xein just immediately starts the key animation.
That's
So
cool.
they're effectively one Bowser fight away from each other at the moment. Xein having a bit of trouble exiting the course, but that's okay. Went ahead and did it his second time around, going into the upstairs now into Wet Dry World. Meanwhile, Sagotu with a nice clean Bowser fight, only one throw needed, saving a few seconds off of Xein at the moment. Now, you know, they're going into Wet Dry World, kind of a bit of a calmer stage. There are a few pretty advanced strats they can go for, but we're not going to see a whole lot of crazy stuff, especially not from Xein. Let's see if he decides he's going to start with the 100 coin, opting to get that spider out of the way first.
Yes, Sigotu will probably attempt the triple jump wall kick. I mean, I'm not really sure, but I'm pretty sure he goes for it. Like, Wet Dry World is actually a really difficult stage if you do the triple jump wall kicks. Probably, like, as hard as TTM. If you do, if not, it's one of the easier stages upstairs. Just that the RNG in 100 coin can, like, fluctuate by a few seconds. So it can't be, like, as
Exactly.
consistent as, like, Snowman's Land, where it's literally 4 short stars.
You have not a whole lot of room to make a lot of mistakes in Snowman's Land. Nicely avoiding the zapper on that blind turnaround. Sigotu deciding to start off with the elevator star, guessing he wants, ooh, and misses that wall kick. Luckily, he's able to get back up. Going to try to beat the elevator by a little while, and it's not happening, doesn't look like.
Yeah, losing about 8 seconds to just the elevator motion. Xein, meanwhile, wrapping up 100. Pretty clean.
Absolutely. And, you know, I'm thinking that Sigotu went for that elevator starter first, maybe for a little bit of a confidence boost to get him on that momentum for, let's see,
Well,
going
no,
for that
he's doing
triple
the
jump wall kick.
He's choosing to do the triple jump wall kicks first because they're the hardest things in this. Oh, he missed though. Okay.
He gets the hardest part of that strat. That's
Yeah.
like cooking the perfect pizza, you know, getting absolutely everything right, and when you cut it, you just forget how geometry works.
Yeah, or you like get a slice that like pulls all the cheese off the slice, like oh, it's all the exposed sauce and toppings. You know, doesn't look as pristine as it would otherwise.
Or even, you know, bringing home pizza from that local joint that does the best pies, and then as soon as you're going to set it down on the family table, you trip and it lands upside down on the ground.
That's a rip. So go to now with the double box kick. Nice. I don't know. Okay, what is that? So, all right. Just okay. Hold on. Let's see if Xein can pull off this elevator star real quick, because I wanna mention like something really weird about that shot attempts to go to. Xein falling down here. Can definitely save time over Sigotu here. Wall kick angle looking
all right. Yep, and it's good. Now,
so when people I would say when people enter the stage, a lot of times they do a very specific Mario Kart movement. So that way they're lined up to do the double box kick, where the recoil from the kick actually kicks you into the second box. So it's like a 2-for-1. But what Sigotu did is he just staying in Lac 2 cam, like doing some weird off angle or something, but actually just doing like kicks in rapid succession that would be faster than like separately punching the boxes, which is like what I do. And I feel like even people like Taigo just end up doing like kicks separately, but that are nowhere near as fast as what Sigotu just did. So I kind of want to go back and look at that after the race and see how he actually pulled that off without having to deal with all the recoil that comes from when you kick a surface.
Yeah, pretty interesting strat. Maybe the lack of 2 cam has to do with the keyboard movement. You know, the lack of really precise control of the angles. We've seen a lot of different camera setups from both Sigotu and Sans. And as I kind of touched on last race, I wonder how many of the strats we're seeing from Sigotu are modified and tweaked just a little bit by himself in order to make the keyboard work better for it.
Yeah, exactly. Xein
Now, Xein with a clean secret.
Yeah, definitely don't want to sleep on that hard star.
Exactly right. And with a pretty great ending, too, not even needing the ledge grab. So he's re-entering THI just before Sigotu's even entered to start his own THI.
So Xein's extended his lead up to about 40 seconds here. You can factor in the missed triple jump or the triple jump dive after the successful triple jump wall kick he had for top of the town. Lost him a few seconds. Also the elevators causing him some havoc there. So Xein playing really well.
Without a doubt, getting that top of the mountain star also cleanly. All he's got left here is that Piranha Pluck, and I mean, there's very few things that can go wrong. There are a few, but not very many, especially not compared to the previous 2 stars that he handled with grace.
Honestly, your most likely mistake here is going to be even before you get in the pipe. You're going to hit the Goomba or maybe like fall in the water or something. Xein with a good line to the pipe gets in. There you go. They're both doing piranhas here. Sigotu doing the island last. Yep, pretty routine. Xein, the piranha's not coming out.
Yeah, I think he was a little bit past the spawn point, and I didn't know this before. It looks like you have to be looking at the spawn point in order to get the piranhas to spawn.
I did not know that either. I guess I just never really bothered to, but that probably is how it works. Definitely makes sense. So Xein was like a little bit over the edge, then yeah, of course he wouldn't spawn on him.
Yeah, he's one step closer to the edge and about to break, it looks like.
Going for the nice triple jump, slide on the mountain. Not going for the clip.
So Xein entering torturous, time-wasting mountain. Let's see what happens. Going for mountain clip first.
It's a good name.
Gets it. Ooh! Just barely able to teleport up into that water.
I think like he wasn't in danger of dying really. You have to be like pretty far out to do that, but like I don't see people ever do it in Mario Cam really. Also this camera angle I don't ever see. Xein with the safety side flip, you know, very, very consistent. Although I don't think the wall kick strat is like that bad either, but like in one of Tiger's like very recent runs, he was on like 47 OX pace in TTM and he like failed the wall kicks or something. It kind of killed the run. So like, you know, it can really... Oh, Sigotu breezeless. Not successful. Second try. Here we go. Good wall kick. That'll work. Nice job.
Yeah, probably...
So he didn't actually save time with breezeless, but swag.
Yep, I was going to say, you know, probably eating the time that he would have saved, but ultimately, you know, because he failed it on the bonk, or not on the bonk, but because he failed the wall kick rather than the ground pound clip, definitely not wasting as much time as it could have. Ooh, and Sigotu, you know, falling into that water on the ground level, but fortunately able to swim out of bounds over to the actual water puddle that he wants to be in, using that more advanced strat to actually get behind that waterfall. Meanwhile, Xein going ahead and doing the box star. Now, I wasn't quite looking. Was that as a backup for something else?
No, I think he just normally went for box star. A lot of times people do it before the mushroom and the red coins. Just because, like, the box camera, you know, you could mess it up, and then it's like, okay, I don't want to actually go for this strat anymore, and then you would go for reds. So Xein going for reds now. Gonna finish up with the breeze, which is... Oh, Xein missed red. He has to be very careful here. Mushrooms are not very forgiving with their hitboxes. Alright, he's gonna have to turn around. Okay, and he survives. Very scary.
Nice
Scary
rollouts
Shrooms
there.
is the name of the star. Scary Shrooms, red coin. There you go. Xein, pretty clean maze. Good stuff.
And fortunately, able to get that last red coin. We've actually seen a runner or two miss that red coin and yet initiate the long jump, and they're not able to cancel it, so they go all the way down to that mushroom, but there's no star waiting for them there.
That would really suck. I don't know what I'd do in that situation.
Yeah, it actually happened to Cheese in one of his races the other day.
What happened? What did he do about it?
I think he actually just went back up to the top of that sidewall there and just went ahead and grabbed the red coin anyway. He had a pretty substantial lead, so it wasn't like it was going to cost him, you know, the race or anything. So I think he just figured better play it safe. And plus, like, you've invested so much time in the mushrooms already, it'd be a pretty expensive mistake if you had to completely redo the star.
Sigotu went for the side flip. He actually missed the first try, but he got on the second. It was actually better reds than Xein, I would say, by a little bit. Xein with a pretty safe strat. Oh, he's waiting for reds. Okay. Maybe he is doing something instead of TTC 100.
A tad disappointed in Xein, I have to say. I mean, granted, if you're not confident in TTC 100, this is the best idea. What is not the best idea is this
either.
Yeah, just looping around and around, just going around and around. Looks like he's listened to the Song of Storms a couple too many times before this run.
Yep. Doing a windmill hut. Okay. So Sigotu looks like he's tied with Xein, but Xein's star was a good bit longer, like 20 seconds. But the lead is not what it once was for good old Xein. Sigotu's back on his heels.
Yeah, both of them actually entering Snowman's Land with comparable numbers of stars. But Sigotu...
Snazzy backup. Xein doing like a bit of a hybrid with the strats. Like, you saw Sigotu go down the slope and then jump into the box. Xein doing the kind of faster movement, but also just completely landing on the SOT part so he can slide into the box with the star. I think that's probably a good like mix of speed and consistency. Because if you miss the box, it's really not any faster.
Now, this is interesting. They look about dead even, but remember...
Sigotu not getting a triple jump. He has to reset his jumping. Okay.
So, it's interesting to note that they...
Ooh! Xein stuck in the snow.
Yeah, not even really able to get an attempt on that wall kick, so doing the beginner strat as a backup, and it works pretty well, having some trouble getting on top of that head, though. So they look pretty even with star counts, but you got to remember Sigotu still has to go for that TTC 100. So unlike a lot of the races where we see one runner do HMC early, the other do late, and we don't get to really see where they're at in relation to each other until Tippy, we're actually not going to be able to directly compare until they get to TikTok clock.
Yeah, or like, if it is actually him not doing TTC 100, like it would be like after they do TTC 100, which is like even later. Or maybe that's what you were saying, but like...
Right.
We won't know until like the very end of the race exactly what the lead is.
Yeah, it'll definitely be after Rainbow Ride, whereas typically it's before. Sigotu having a little bit of an issue with that wall, may have burned the second that HMC late saves. But, I mean, it's more than just the time save on this route. It's the fact that you're putting what's honestly a much easier stage in the middle, right between upstairs and Tippy. You're finishing up with where the stages really start to ramp up in difficulty. And after, you get this little break with HMC, then you go into the big boys at the very top of that castle. The stuff stuff of nightmares. I mean, once you hear that slide music, you know things are about to get real.
Some fantastic courses, but man, are they hard.
Absolutely. I mean, they're amazing 3D platforming design, without a doubt. And I just always have to admire how ridiculously good this game is, being really the true first 3D platformer.
Oh, Sigotu with the SigotuSR blocks rolling rock strat. He did a C-up slide over the pit. It didn't really work out too well. Wow. He wanted to get a speed kick double jump. But I mean, props. Like, this is what I was saying earlier. Sigotu is just the type to just pick a strat that he wants to do and just do it no matter what. No matter like how nonsensical it seems. I saw Custom do it in the big Sim 70 Star Invitational. I haven't seen it since. It saves at like 0.3, maybe a bit more. So like not a huge time save either, and very risky.
Yep, that C-up slide is pretty difficult too. In case our viewers aren't familiar with it, it's using the C-up on the camera to move into the camera where Mario is frozen in place but able to move his head around, and then immediately backing back out of it, and the camera zoom in actually gives Mario a bit more momentum.
It's probably the only time actually changing the camera like affects your gameplay, like directly. So weird how that mechanic works.
Sigotu not able to get that triple box jump. Let's see how Xein handles it. Yep, Xein going for it first, not bothering with... Ooh, wait. Oh, he's going for
Xein already did it. Oh, I can't really see
you're right.
Oh, he missed the switch, though. I thought he would have hit it. But no. Gotta do the backup.
That looked good overall, but... Yes, I must have already done it when we were looking over at Sigotu's to see how his see how that rolling rocks and triple jump went. So let's see if Sigotu manages to get Christmas Miracle.
He dove over the switch. Like, I don't think it was due to height. I think he just missed it with his dive.
That's a rough way to miss that stuff.
Oh well. Xein with only a couple quick ones left. Emergency exit and rolling rock. So if you say that SL red is about 30 seconds, like realistically it's a little bit longer. Like unless you're Jogi, you're not getting like a 30. You might get a 31. You're probably getting like 32 or 33. Especially with Xein's strat. So if we look at where they touch the tippy door, we can kind of say like roughly 45 to 50 seconds apart would make them tied. So see, Sigotu's like going through at 43.10. So if Xein goes through like in the 43 mark, I think we can say he's ahead by a little bit.
Yeah, so he's about to do the exit course. So he's in good shape for that. Now let's see how Sigotu handles the start of Rainbow Ride, going for Lakitu bounce. Nice manipulation so far. Okay, getting the bounce. Getting on that pole. And, you know, I haven't actually seen the pole stab go that slowly. Normally it's like, but this time it was like, wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, I know, like, I guess it's just like the way you try to mash. But like, people usually try to mash super fast to get the pole grab because like that's kind of how it works. I don't know what Sigotu really did. But also, Xein looks like he's like 10 seconds in the lead. I didn't actually catch the exact time he went through the door. But pretty close. 10 seconds of lead in Tippy is nothing.
Oh, absolutely. One false move and that lead is just gone. So Xein missing Lakitu bounce. That may be it right there. Able to go for red coins as a backup. Going ahead and getting that little spite punch on Lakitu. You know, asking him, look, I paid you your coins before the race. Why are you forsaking me now? And also just not able to get that side flip to get that first coin.
Yeah, I also want to say Sigotu did the harder tricky triangle strat, which I'm guessing Xein will not do. We've seen a lot of people go for the kind of comfier route where you do the ordinary triple jump wall kick and do 2 long jumps to get on the right side of like the kind of like trapezoid in the middle where Sigotu actually did the pro strat. So like that'll be about 4 seconds saved over Xein here, which makes it even harder for Xein to retain a lead.
Absolutely. I mean, we see Sigotu grabbing his 61st star while Xein still having to go for that Lakitu. Ooh, and he misses the actual side kick. So
yeah, he missed the wall kick. He triple jumped too far forward, or like his double jump went too far forward, and therefore his triple jump did not get the height necessary. So Xein backing up with tricky triangles. Now, like he hasn't died or anything, but he's lost a good bit of time.
Yeah, just general sloppy movement is what's costing him here. It's a death by inches without a doubt. Sigotu with a clean swinging in the breeze star. So, I mean, Sigotu definitely overall rocking Rainbow Ride. Okay, so he's really entering TTC at 45.34. So I'm thinking that he's eaten Xein's lead. It really comes down to this Lakitu bounce. Okay, so he gets the bounce.
Yeah, he's got it. Gets the pull. Nice. That's the hard part done, unless you go for a fast ending, which I don't think you'll do.
No, not at all.
Especially if it's the last star in the stage. If you fall down, you have to do like Lakitu bounce over again. Okay, Xein finishing it up. Sigotu with a little bit of a lead now, I would say.
Yep, having touched the door at about 34, and I mean, at this point, really all that you can consider is just how much will be saved by TTC 100.
Oh wait, my bad. He has one more star in Rainbow Ride. I thought he was done. Swinging on the breeze for Xein. Meanwhile, yeah, Sigotu is off to he's off to a good 100 coin here. Can he finish it up though?
I mean, he's off to a definite lead.
Good stuff from Sigotu. Not a perfect 100, but very good. Got all the coins, didn't miss any, which would have cost him a lot of time. No fast ending, regrettably, but you can just side flip on top of that thwomp and ground pound the star.
And Xein going in at 46.40 or so about a minute 10 behind Sigotu's entry. And remembering that Sigotu had to go for that 100 coin instead of just stomp on the thwomp, Sigotu still has a considerable lead here. So we see Xein executing what looks like that stomp on the thwomp standalone strat already.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not every day you see people go for stomp and pump standalone. Some people like the movement a lot. Maybe he'll go for the triple jump off the box. Missed
Ooh,
it though.
but not quite
Doesn't
able
look like
to
it's gonna
succeed.
work. Backflip strat. But he wasn't even in the right place. Okay. Yeah, Xein losing quite a few thwomp cycles. Definitely not the kind of stomp thwomp you want if you're going to substitute that for TDC 100.
Yep, so Sigotu's already 1 star up. Let's see how he handles the rest of TTC. Looked like he grabbed the pendulum one first, or was it the time jump on moving bars?
I think he got pendulums.
That one makes sense as a first one.
I don't know if he did like the super hard strat. Is Xein going for like the kind of easier? Oh, he went like really comfy on that. Sigotu probably gonna get a hand. Yep. Okay, I wanted to say that these leads are now genuine. Like they've actually done everything they need to sync up now. So Sigotu has like a 30-second or more lead.
Yep, 2 stars, but in TTC those stars are quick. So let's see how Xein decides to handle the rest of this guy. So he's going for get a hand, and
gets the kick onto the clock. I saw Sundro do that the other day.
He is
Sigotu died though. What's going on? I mean, not a costly death. It was right at the beginning. I think what happened was when you do the initial movement for time zones on moving bars, you can like bonk like right there on the side of that staircase, which is what I guess what happened. I wasn't.
Yeah, Xein with the swag strat kind of having us focus in on him, but it's kind of unusual that he did that. It doesn't save much time, if at all. And taking a bonk on the last unmoving bar. Didn't quite time his jumps right, looks like. But if Xein would have just barely missed that hand, he would have dropped straight to the bottom of the stage and died rather than get the star. You have to have Mario land on a solid surface in order to get that star grab.
Do you really?
Yeah, if you notice, like, for Cannonless, for instance, the reason that Mario falls down from the brick wall is because he gets the ledge grab, which touches the star, but then the game registers that his feet aren't on solid ground, so they have to bring him down to actual solid ground to get the star grab.
Yeah.
Xein
I also think that you get
able
credit
to back
for the
up.
star as long as you touch it. But I could be wrong, though. I just seen, like, I think it's like in a task, like, for Bonk Clip, the task uses, like, a death warp when you get the star. So I'm guessing like you don't actually have to do the animation to get it, but I could be wrong. It is definitely like weird. Like I think if you had died instead of laying on the clock, it definitely would have lost time. Sigotu getting that last star from Toad. He's at 70, going into bits. Really clean movement to get up there.
Yep, he's ahead, Reds and a Toad. So let's go ahead and see what exactly happens in bits. Just real quick, chat, if anyone happens to know about that star grab, let us know, because I'm definitely curious how that technically works.
Sigotu's still on 51 pace as well. Xein's like on a good run for him, I would say, but you know, Sigotu probably playing well. Xein would have had to have a sick run to beat this. I think his PB is actually a 52 still. So like Xein is probably very close to his PB.
Yep. Now, it's going to take a
moving right.
But ending up getting a ledge grab instead, so going for standing left and failing it, falling back down.
What?
Opting for the safe pull strat instead. This could be a bit of an opening that Xein needs.
I don't understand how that's happened. He got the wall kick. But like, if you try to like do that kind of movement, you can like bonk on the side of that like diagonal like yellow thing, like you know, like how the wooden triangle is kind of like above the 2 rectangular platforms, like, and just fall all the way to your death. But Sigotu actually went over it and ledge grabbed on the far like plank that he needed to be on. It was so weird. And then the triple jump, I don't know, but he's in throws now, about to win this game.
But missing that first throw, is this what Xein needs to win?
Yeah,
Let's
Xein's
find
off to a fast bit. Sigotu here. First one is not successful. Xein's gonna join him in the pipe. This is gonna be down to throws again.
Actually down to throws. I mean, less than a throw apart. If Sigotu misses one more throw, that really leaves Xein in a position to take it all.
Yeah, this is crazy. Sigotu, 51's dead. He's got 2. He only needs 1 more to win. And move on in the group to the playoffs. And he's got it.
Wow. You know, he misses those first two and then just gets it into gear, gets into serious mode. Xein, let's see how he ends up with these
sweating.
triple throws.
Wow, good throws from Xein. So Goku missed one, he would have lost. Finishing not even 15 seconds apart.
Yep,
Maybe 15, exactly.
What an ending to this race, my god. And Xein actually 18 seconds off of his PB.
Yeah, Xein with all the consistent strats, like almost PB'd in this race. Like you could tell, like he was playing to not make mistakes, but in doing so, he actually went on a really good run. It just sucks that Sigotu pulled out a big, like, I don't know, he pulled out like all the guns and he brought it home.
Yep, a nice big boy showing from Sigotu. Speaking of the big boys, if you're one of those big boys, check out vi.gg. If you are of appropriate betting age in your country, I mean, you can bet on any of the races, including the upcoming race right after this, Rock Chalk versus Heisenberger. Definitely stick around for that. That'll be an exciting race. And I mean, check them out. They've sponsored 3 tournaments before the end of this year. And like Sigotu said earlier, you're not betting against a house, you're betting player versus player. So the house does not always win on vi.gg. So go check them out, and thanks for sponsoring us. And as always, thanks for watching. Badronis, always a pleasure calming with you.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun.